So in the last video, I showed you how you can create an outline first and then fill it in with the paint bucket tool. And then after that, you can select a color and change the color. Okay, so let's go into the M inside here and go to fill, and I can change the color for that. All right, so let's create another shape, this time using an oval tool. Okay, and I would like you to make a hole in there, so make it an O. Okay, so you can do this by creating another circle. Okay, and if you create a circle that's a different color, you can actually subtract from the shape. Okay, so for example, if I go like this, and then I click on that shape, that oval inside, and I just go backspace, delete, or edit, cut, okay, or just delete on my keyboard, then there we go. Okay, so you have Mo, or any shape that you have been drawing. Okay, and let's take a look at other tools as well. Okay, so here is your paintbrush tool. So the paintbrush tool paints a shape. So if I go click and drag, now that's quite big. And you can see over here that, wow, look at my paintbrush size, it's 155. So I'm going to go to edit, undo, okay, make that a bit smaller. Okay, and then here we go. Now that's a bit more reasonable, but it doesn't have a stroke around it. Okay, so to add a stroke, you can go over here to Paint Bucket, click your mouse down, hold your mouse down, and go to Ink Bottle Tool. The Ink Bottle Tool adds a stroke around your fill, because right now when you use the brush tool, it just creates a fill, a shape with a fill. So if you want to add the stroke, you go over here and you use Ink Bottle Tool and you click on the outside, and there we go. Now you have your shape with your outline around it. So you have your fill and your stroke. All right, you can also go here. This is your eraser tool. So your eraser tool erases part of your shape, any shape. There we go. So I'm just randomly erasing parts of my shape. And you can see that the stroke there is gone. So if you want to add strokes there, here we go. Use your Ink Bottle Tool. You can add a stroke there, 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 and so on. But you can also do it across your big shape using a bigger eraser size. There we go. And then go over to your Ink Bottle Tool and there you go. Let's see what else there is here. Okay, this one here is your fluid brush tool, which we'll take a look at later. Okay, let's take a look at the Lasso Tool. So the Lasso Tool allows you to, make a selection. If you click and drag, you can click and drag any shape. There we go. And see, you can see that it creates this strange shape. And if I go backspace, there we go. That deletes that away, and let's add the Ink Bottle Tool there. Okay, let's try it again. So go to your Lasso Tool and you can really select or click and drag any shape that you like. There we go. And then delete and go to your ink bottle, and there you have it. Okay, so far we have learned the selection tool, we have learned the lasso tool, okay, we have learned the brush tool, the erase tool, shape tools, and also here's the line tool, which just draws a line. Click and drag to draw a line, okay, and of course the pen tool, very similar to your pen tool in Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, same idea. All right, we looked at the paint bucket tool and the ink bottle tool. Okay, so here is your eyedropper tool. So if I was to, you know, create a new shape and I wanted this blue here, I go to my eyedropper tool. First I click on it, then I go to my eyedropper tool, I click on that, and that will select the color of what I click on. All right, and here we have the hand tool, which allows you to move your stage around to take a look at it. This is handy when you're zoomed in somewhere, so go to your zoom tool and click on it. Okay, so if you like to move around in there, you can click and drag and move around. Okay, to zoom out, you press Alt and click on it. Okay, and use your hand tool. And there we go. So the next thing I like to show you is your text tool. There we go, your text tool. And same thing, if you click and drag a rectangle, you can enter text in there. Okay, so right now in properties object, this is static text. You can change the font if you like. You can change the size here. Okay, and you can also change the text box size. There we go. You can change the color of it. Okay. And this one's important. If you embed it, it means that this flash file will have this font wherever it goes. Okay, so if you open it on a different computer, you don't have to worry if that computer has the same fonts. Okay, so it's always a good idea to embed it. All right, and then you have the same, you know, font properties for paragraph and so on, and other options here. We might take a look at that more closely later on, but usually we don't use Flash for too much text. Usually used for animation and such. Sorry, not Flash. We usually don't use Animate for too much text. Usually we use it for just animation and drawings and things like that. Okay, but it's good to know how these tools work. So we do also have the same character options as we do in all the other applications. Okay. All right, so this is the end of our basic tools introduction. Okay, so the next video goes into your first exercise for your basic animate tools. After that, we'll take a look at what this is down here. This is the timeline, but we'll go more into detail after you finish your first basic tool. So I can see that you understand how, you know, how the drawing works and how all these basic functions work in Flash. All right.